Remember, the Meta and Andromeda engine is last click.
Yeah.
We're importing, though, first click conversions. So when you import first click and it says, hey, this is the amount of people that did the last click, it means that this is getting the highest amount of add to carts per click, but that is not where they started or where they necessarily ended. Okay, that's fine. But I'm not going to take one of my biggest add to cart performers and shut it off because the CPA isn't there.
If you didn't have Tier 11 Data Suite, plug Tier 11 Data Suite, of course, you would have made a very large error.
We probably would have paused it, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is you want to know the funniest thing in the world, and this is actually true. Let me go back to here. Okay, I have proof. I'm going to go back to this date range here, and I'm going to sort.
This is November.
There we go.
What, right after like Black Friday, Cyber Monday?
It's November 29th to December 2nd. And if you look at this here, if we look at this date range here of this campaign that started on November 25th, we said, hey, for some reason on first click CAPI imports, when we just scale up really quickly and we throw all of our and here's the one that we're spending 26 grand on. And we go into here and we say, hey, you know, when we use one campaign and we use one ad set and we throw all of our ads in there, this thing actually works really, really well. This is in end of November. And then right afterwards, end of November, December 2nd, like, a month afterwards, it's like, have you seen Andromeda? I'm like, holy shit. So I was on Andromeda before it came out.
That's awesome.
This isn't something that we're like, oh my God, we're like jumping on the bandwagon. We were doing this before it was even released.
If I recall, the only ads that you were using in this ad account were just UGC. They were just like images of dogs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right?
Yeah, and I actually had a conversation, and you're all gonna actually just hop into my email. And here we're just gonna take a trip together in my email campaign. So this is there in my email. This was in October 6th, right? Yep. So this is 4 days ago. And that's what we're saying is here's my explanation of it. And you're not gonna be able to see this, but I'm just gonna kind of read it off to myself for memory.
Yeah.
I said
at John's email, by the way. We're reading John's email.
Reading my email box. I'm like, an interesting phenomenon with ad creative types. I do think UGC is the best type for us with volume. People love seeing happy dogs. That's very, very common. Like no one hates to see a dog that was sick coming back to life. Everyone unanimously loves that. People very much get confirmation of their decision and are also introduced to us with the same UGC ad. But I would
hide your email, by the way, unless you want to get deluged with spam. It's too late.
If you all click on that Jana Soleil, that thing's dead and gone for like the last 6 months now. But yeah, so here's what's funny is I'm like an interesting phenomenon. I do think UGC is the best type. People very much get confirmation of their decision and are also introduced to us with the same UGC ad. But I do see better performance of our non-UGC ads. They've been consistently $50 to $100 cheaper with NCAC, not CPA and platform, NCAC. Now, what I said here is I said I would attribute, no pun intended, this to us introducing the product behind the story. People love dogs. They love dogs coming back from illness and love happy endings. Those are great ads. But I do think we tell the other side of the story, product highlight ads. So what we're seeing in the data flow is, hey, this dog was sick and now they're brought back to life. The people that didn't click it don't know why that dog is really happy. So we said, hey, remember that ad that you saw and you've been seeing a few of them because we have like 25 UGCs running at once? Like this is the product that did it and why. And all of a sudden people are like, oh, okay, bye. Or at least the added carts 10x. So while it works for us, capture their attention with happy, healthy puppies, then introduce the product afterwards, that seems to flow. Well, I could double the ad spend without hurting myself.
That was a question I had on another client call this week. They said, well, wait a second. Are you guys making ads in this new Andromeda thing without any calls to action? Like everything is a website conversion ad technically, and it's all going to have either learn more, shop now, buy now, whatever it is. But in top of funnel ads, like you're not really pushing for conversion, or are you? Like what's the methodology there, especially when it comes to, the visual itself as well as the ad copy that's in the ad?
Yeah. The story does most of the ad copy.
Okay.
So unfortunately, might not be able to, obviously I can't even see this, but it'll say like 30 days ago, I went to a cancer specialist. So it's a story about the dog.
It's the story. Now, okay.
And then the call to action is learn more. This restored my dog's health. So it's almost like an advertorial.
So it's not really like there's no link in the copy, there's no call to action in the copy. The copy is just reinforcing sort of the story that they're seeing visually through the UGC.
Yeah,
really,
like we do have like heavy
experience. Oh, you do have it. Okay.
Yeah, we have it. Yeah. This thing gets no clicks.
Okay.
This gets all the clicks to learn more, but it is something where it's like this dog was sick and now they're back to health. And it's like, cool. If you have a sick dog, you're capturing attention. You may not click, but you're capturing attention, especially if it's around the same illness. Sure. So it's every single, I mean, you were in this space, like, many, many moons ago. It's a healthcare. It's like, do you wake up tired? You're like, oh my God, yes, I do. Yeah. It's like introducing sleep. You're like, wow.
That's basically,
yeah. Here's the pain point. Unfortunately, the pain point, we address it by telling success stories that had similar pain points in the past than you may have right now. And that's how we're connecting with our market, but we're doing it with dog stories that are coming back to life. They're coming back to health. So what does everyone love? A happy, healthy dog. What does everybody not love? You want to buy immunity pills for your dog? Not really.
Yeah.
But I will if you connect those dots for me. And thank you, Andromeda.
For sure. You want the after state. You don't necessarily want the feature. You know, you don't want the product itself. You just want the after state. So that's really what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Way back when, there was a strategy that we deployed, this is like 3-4 years ago, before obviously Andromeda and all the stuff that's going on right now, is a video view to conversion campaign, which was like, all right, get your ideal audience, just get them to view a video, and then retarget those video views 3 seconds, 15 seconds, 50%, whatever it happens to be, to conversion campaigns. It never really worked because it was always like the objective was wrong, because they were viewing the video, but they had no intent. And even back 3-4 years ago, when Meta was not what it is today with the Andromeda update, it still had very separate types of individuals within an interest grouping. In this case, obviously, we're now using open targeting, but it's like you're still using website conversion campaigns. You're showing them an ad similar to how we used to do it with those video view campaigns to conversion campaigns, which never really worked. Right. I don't really know why, but it really was because Meta had identified, these are video watchers, but they're not necessarily converters.
You're putting this in 2017, 2018. That's when it really started to hit, where it's like, I want link clicks, and you're like, you're getting all the clicks. Like, did I get a sale? You're like, didn't ask for that. You got all the clicks. Exactly.
You get all the clickers.
Yeah.
But in this, it's advantage plus sales, and it's like sale, like that is the objective. So even if they're not clicking, there's still potential for them to convert, because Meta has data on all of us. They know our proclivity to watch, click, purchase on the platform itself, and they understand all that sort of behind it. So that old strategy, or like the clicks first, like remember way back when Meta first started, Facebook came out with ads in the newsfeed, it was you do clicks campaigns and then you do conversion campaigns.
Right. You warm them up, get them familiar, and then try to convert them. Yeah.
We were trying to do all of this to like expand the market. Feeder. Yeah, it's like an old school feeder strategy. Basically, it was a feeder strategy.
And we're not doing anything different here. We're just rolling through the same thing for the last 30 years, just with different mediums.
Yeah, but there's a sales intent with these audiences that even if you're going open targeting, like you're doing here, I assume there's no targeting. There's just geography, correct?
Yeah. There's no targeting, inclusion, exclusions. We
no targeting
months ago.
no targeting. That's crazy. Who was I talking to this past week? Actually, a woman who's in our space. I was like, how much targeting are you using? Well, she does regional campaigns. She's like, that's the only targeting I'm doing. Like if I'm trying to fill up, a concert in Denver, I'm just doing like, the Colorado market. That's all. Yeah. But that's all my targeting.
Here's what's fun too is, and I don't want anybody to think like this is like, BS, that kind of stuff. If we look at this one campaign that we've doubled, 93%, 71% more new customers last 14 days. If I go into edit this ad set, I can still suggest an audience. My suggestion was like, hey, let's take out the 18 to 24-year-olds, because if it helps, that's great. Maybe not a lot of 18-year-old kids that have dogs that are looking about their immunity. Right. Other than that, I'm like, that's the one for sure. I would say I would rather not. If I get it, fine. I still do get 18 to 24-year-olds. It happens all the time. It's still 15% of my traffic. Would it have been 30? Maybe, but it is trying to snuff it. So that's as far as we've taken our targeting.
Yeah.
Please know if you can. Yeah. Thank you.
That's interesting. I mean, I think even if you did have just 18 to 65, what is it, 64 plus, 65 plus,
fine.
Like Meta would figure it out eventually.
We've probably would have gotten clicks, maybe gotten a few sales, maybe they're more expensive, and then it would have just been like as soon as the cost cap hop on, they're dead and gone anyway.
Right.
So and I think that's a really interesting part about this whole thing is that like your creative does the targeting. Like that's it. That's the reason why if you launch multiple campaigns, there's a massive amount of overlap if you have the same ad. It just makes it's the creative doing the targeting, not you. It's actually AI interpreting your ad and then going and finding its own audience on its own. But I have different campaigns. Does the AI care? No. Does the creative care? No. But my ad set is spent. Does the AI care? No. Does the ad care? No. Like that's the thing too, is like we can ask it to try to avoid stuff. It wasn't going to be a pass or fail dependent upon it. Like it would be where people are like, well, I'm excluding all of my existing customers. Like that's the wish list.
They're saying, thank you very much for showing us who to show it to.
I know that was on your Christmas list this year, but let me tell you something about Santa Claus.
It's a little secret.
She may not be.
All you kids just
that's why I was like, you know what? Hey, that's why I was like, let me tell you
close your ears. We don't want it to we don't want any kids watching this show. Anyway, 25 plus, I think, is our audience here on the
that was the only suggestion that we had. Which again, it's a suggestion. It's not a law. It's not a rule. It's not an inclusion. It's not an exclusion. It's a suggestion. Like that tells you how much your targeting is taken seriously. It says, oh, thanks. We'll take it into consideration if you're right.